Hey guys, welcome to Side Hustle Mastery. In this full and free beginners course, I'm going to be showing you exactly how to start selling on Amazon FBA. We'll be going through everything you need to know step by step for you to go from making 0 sales to making thousands of dollars per month through your Amazon FBA business. So here's a general overview of what we will cover in this course. First, we'll go through what Amazon FBA is and how you can start using it to make yourself passive money through e-commerce. I'll show you guys how to find the best products to sell using my favorite tool, JungleScout. I'll actually be showing you how I was able to find my first profitable products using the software. Then I'll show you guys how to find the best suppliers using Alibaba, and I'll actually show myself going through Alibaba's website and actually showing you how to message them. We'll then go over how to optimize your product listings so that they can sell well, as well as some of my secret product listing techniques. Then we'll go over some SEO strategies that will actually help you get your products ranked so that when people search for them, your products show up. We'll then talk about how you can get your first few product reviews. And then finally, something that a lot of people don't know about, you can actually get reimbursed for a lot of Amazon's mistakes. So I'll show you how to use Sifted, which is a program I really recommend for getting those reimbursements. Overall, by the time you finish watching this video, you're gonna have a really great understanding of what this whole Amazon FBA thing is and how you can start your own store right now. So just a little bit of background about myself. I've been selling on Amazon since about 2016. And ever since then, I've built up a multiple six-figure store that generates passive income to this date. I've sold over a dozen products on Amazon, and I really do believe that this is such a great way to learn about e-commerce, get into e-commerce, and start generating revenue today. So first, let's go over what Amazon FBA is and what Amazon FBM is. These are two different ways that you can actually sell on Amazon, and quickly you'll see which one I prefer and which one we will be focusing on in this video. So with Amazon FBA, this basically stands for Fulfilled by Amazon. With FBA, Amazon is basically going to handle the packaging, the shipping, the customer service, and pretty much everything else. So essentially, once you get the product to Amazon, there's not much for you to do. Most of you guys have probably shopped on Amazon before, and if you ever see that Prime shipping, well, those sellers are using Amazon FBA. This is the only way that your products can actually be shipped using that Prime shipping. So yeah, that's definitely a big plus about FBA. Now with FBA, there are definitely higher selling fees, so that is something that you need to consider. With Amazon FBM, this basically stands for Fulfilled by Merchant. Your products are still listed on Amazon just like they are with Amazon FBA, but instead of Amazon doing everything for you, you yourself are basically going to be packing, shipping, and handling all the customer service. So with this, there are lower fees, but you'll have to find a place to actually hold your inventory. And a big downside to this is that with FBM, you are not able to have Prime shipping on your products. The biggest advantage with FBM is that generally there's going to be a lower selling fee. This equates to higher profits, but the thing is that with FBA, generally there are a lot more people that are willing to buy FBA, which means that the volume of sales you can generally produce with FBA should be higher. Let's talk about some of the Amazon selling fees. So basically when you're starting out, there are two plans you can choose from. There's the individual plan, and this costs 99 cents per unit sold. And there's the professional plan, which costs $39.99 per month, no matter how many items you sell. So for most beginners, you'll probably be fine with the individual plan. But once you start making over 40 sales per month, then it's gonna be more cost effective. It's gonna be saving you money if you actually switch over to the professional plan. That's why for most of you guys, I recommend start off with the individual plan until you actually start sourcing your products, get them shipped over. And then once you start seeing sales, then it's very easy to just switch over to the professional plan. Another fee that Amazon charges is the referral fees. So basically they're going to charge a referral fee for each item that you sell. And the amount that they charge you is going to depend on the product category. Now for most of these fees, it's generally going to be between 8 to 15%. And if you guys want a really detailed breakdown of the fees, I'm going to put a link in the description where you can actually click on that and see all the detailed pricing information. And third, the last Amazon fee is the fulfillment fees. So that's basically the cost to actually ship your product from their warehouse to the customer. So now that we've gone over kind of like the difference between FBA and FBM, this video is focused solely on FBA because that's what I do. That's what I recommend for most of you guys to do. And this is basically how you can really scale your Amazon business. So with FBA, there's a thing called private labeling. And this is the best way and easiest way to start selling on Amazon FBA. Essentially with private labeling, you are creating your own brand, right? So you are creating this brand, creating a logo, and you're selling a bunch of existing products. With Amazon FBA, it's very rare that you're going to actually create your own product from scratch. Instead, you're going to be finding existing products that are already selling well, putting your label on those, maybe making a few changes, and then selling it under your own brand. Doing this allows for a much more scalable business that you can actually sell later on. So yeah, it's pretty cool because you're building equity in this brand. Now, a really big tip for success I have for you guys is to find a niche product. Most successful Amazon FBA sellers are going to sell products that you generally don't really think about. These are very niche down products, and just looking at some of these products, you'd think there might not be that many people trying to buy them. But with Amazon, they reach such a large audience, and even for something that's super niche down, there should be a sizable demand for that product, and hence you should get a decent number of sales. And of course, since you are selling products that already exist and that other people are selling, you generally want to stay away from products in very saturated niches. This way there's less competition, and you can actually build a product, get enough reviews that it actually shows up on the first page of the search results. And from that, you're gonna see a lot of organic sales from Amazon. So now I'm gonna actually show you guys exactly how to find profitable products. I'll be using my favorite software, JungleScout. This is the software that I use to find my own profitable products. And really, this is a step that you do not want to skip. So if you're just sort of browsing through this video, definitely watch this part, because with the wrong product research, it's going to be extremely difficult to actually create a successful Amazon FBA business. Your whole brand is built off what product you sell. So this is really that first step you really need to get right. So here I am in JungleScout's dashboard. I've actually come over here to the product database tab. And this is basically where you can start off trying to find a profitable product to sell. So over here, you can see you can select which market you want to be selling in. I'm in the United States, so I'm going to click on that. Then you can actually select one or multiple categories that you think you want to sell in. Now, for most beginners, I'd actually recommend staying away from any electronics or anything that requires a warranty that can actually break. So that means I'm going to avoid things like camera and photo, cell phones, electronics, computers and accessories. I'm also going to avoid selling anything that can be consumed or is put on the face. So things like food, health and household, as well as clothing, because I just think that those things don't really sell as well on Amazon FBA. It's definitely harder to private label those types of things. So I'll select a few different things so that we can just get started. Let's try home and kitchen, kitchen and dining, office products, patio, lawn and garden. We can also do, let's say, toys and home improvements, and also, let's say, sports and outdoors. So these are some of the categories that I am, interested in selling in as of right now. Over here, we have the product tier. So there's the standard product tier as well as the oversized product tier. Now, oversized is much harder to sell, especially at the start. So for beginners, I recommend going with the standard product tier. These products are a lot smaller, and it's just going to be a lot easier for you to get them from overseas to the Amazon warehouse. Now for the seller type, I can just leave this blank if I want, but since we are trying to sell using FBA, and this is the seller type that we care most about, I'm actually going to select FBA. Now JungleScout's really powerful, and they have all these filters that you can use. So there's the minimum price, there's the max price. For most of you guys, I'd say try selling something that's at least $15, because once you get under that price, once you get under $10, it becomes really hard to be profitable because the Amazon FBA fees really eat into your margins. So I'm gonna set that minimum price of 15 just to be safe. We can also set the net price. So this is basically the net amount of money that goes to you after Amazon's fees. We'll set that as $10 here. That just makes it a little bit more easy to be profitable. I'm gonna skip doing anything for minimum rank and max rank. And then for minimum sales, max sales, a lot of people differ on their opinion about this, but I'd say choose something that gets a minimum of, we'll say 200 sales per month. Anything under that, and it's just gonna be a little bit more difficult to have a product that generates a lot of income. And then for reviews, this is if you want to actually specify the minimum number of reviews on those products or max number of reviews. I'll leave that blank, as well as the minimum rating and max rating. And then something I'm actually going to want to select is the LQS. So this is the listing quality score. So the lower the listing quality score, that means that basically that listing is not optimized. It's not really good. So that actually gives you some opportunity to create a product with a better listing. So this is going to be on a scale from 1 to 10, with 10 being the best. So like I said, we want something that is not the most optimized listing because that gives us something that we can actually improve on. So I'm just going to click 6 there. You guys can choose whatever you want, or you can actually just leave that blank. And if you want to actually be more specific with your search, you can include some keywords and you can exclude keywords as well. But now that I've got all this stuff here, I'm going to click search, and it's going to populate a list of products that actually meet these actual filters. You can see here's the product title. This is the category that it's in. This is going to tell you if there are any variants within that product. So if there's different colors, it's going to say color name. If there's different sizes, it's going to say size name. It'll show you the predicted monthly revenue. So for example, this berry seasoned bear salt and pepper shaker set has $4,700 of monthly revenue with 213 sales per month. This is going to tell you the price. So this one right here is priced at $22.36. The net to you after the fees is $10.88. And you can see that the fees for this product is $11.48. It's also going to show you the rank. It'll show you how many reviews there are, and it's going to show you the listing quality score. Scrolling over here, it's going to show you how many sellers there are, the date that it was first available, the current rating, the dimensions, as well as the weight. So optimally, we want something that is on the smaller side, at least in the standard size category. And then for the weight, of course, we want something that's not too heavy because that's going to make our fulfillment a little bit more difficult. And then over here, we have the rating. If this rating is low, but the actual number of sales is high, that is actually a really great opportunity because it means that you can improve on this product. I'd recommend actually clicking the product itself, looking at the Amazon reviews and seeing what people are saying, seeing what things they want changed. And then with that information, you can actually go to the manufacturers and implement those changes. Now, if there's anything on here that you are interested in and that you want to actually track, you can go over here to the right and click on that plus button. This is going to add it to your product tracker. So I'm gonna click that. I can add it to an existing group, or I can create a new group. Let's say I want to create a new group. I'll go there and click new products. Create and add. Over here, if I go to the product tracker, that's where I can actually see the things that I'm tracking right now. So the one I just added is right here. Here is another one I made before. So I was looking at champagne flutes. And basically this is a great way for you to actually track these products and compare them. Another really great tool in JungleScout is the opportunity finder. So I'm gonna click on that right here. And this is actually going to help you find niches with high demand and low competition. So the search function is pretty similar to the product database. You have your market, you have the categories you're interested in, and then you can put different filters for all these things right here. Let's say I want to do kitchen and dining. Let's say minimum monthly units sold, 200. You can also filter by niche score. This is something I really like. And 1 is basically a bad niche, and 10 is a niche with a lot of high opportunity. So let's say we want a minimum of 6, right? And a max of 10, of course. Average monthly price, we can just leave these things there, and then we can come down here to the competition. We can select what type of competition we want. Obviously, we don't want it too high, so I'm gonna drag this down a little bit. And then for seasonality, basically I'm going to actually prefer something that is not super seasonal, so I'm going to drag this down. So with that all being there, let's click on search. So now it's populated a bunch of different niches, so I can come down here and actually look through them. It's going to show you the niche name. It's going to give you the category, the average monthly units sold, average monthly price, the search volume. So obviously we want higher search volume. It's also going to show you the 30-day search trend. So if this is up, that's actually good. And same thing with the 90-day search trend. It's also going to show you the competition. So all these things seem to have pretty low competition, which is great. And the niche score for all these is 9, 8. So these all seem to be rated pretty highly by JungleScout. Now, one thing I really love about JungleScout is that they have a Chrome extension. So I've gone to Amazon and searched up gold rim plastic cups. And if I actually go up here to the JungleScout Chrome extension, I can click on that and it's going to populate all the different search results right here. So it's really easy to just go directly from Amazon to seeing all this information. So it's going to list the product name, it's going to have the brand, it's going to show you the price, the monthly sales, the monthly revenue, the number of reviews, and the rating. It's also going to show you the rank, the seller type, so almost all these are FBA, which is what you will be doing, as well as the category right here. So for example, this product, you can see that the monthly revenue is quite high, $95,000 per month, $94,000 per month, $72,000 per month. These are the top 3 listings when you search gold rim plastic cups. And if you look at the number of reviews, you can see that the top one has almost 2,000 reviews. So this one's going to be quite difficult to actually overtake in your rankings. But this one with 75 reviews, that's actually not bad. That's something that you can probably overtake within a couple of months. And you can see even with only 75 reviews, this one is selling almost 100 grand per month. So yeah, this one might be a variation that I might look into. You can see that it's 200 count for this one. And for this one, it is a box of 36. And so these are actual champagne flutes, and these are normal cups. Ultimately, you want the reviews to not be this high because it's going to be quite hard to actually get ranked, and you will need to do a lot of pay-per-click advertising to show up on these search results. However, the monthly revenues are definitely there. There's a lot of demand for this product, so that is something that's good to see. You want to spend a lot of time on your product research. This is the first step you need to do and probably the most important step. So I will leave a link to JungleScout in the description below. It's a very, very affordable program and something that you definitely don't want to skip out on. So if you're looking at JungleScout and you're thinking, I don't want to spend any money on it, let me just tell you that's probably going to be the best ROI, the best money you're going to spend in actually creating your Amazon FBA store. So now let's talk about estimating the profitability of a product, right? So this is called the rule of thirds. Basically, a successful product is somewhat going to follow this rule. A third of the cost is going to be the actual product itself. A third is going to go to Amazon fees, and a third is going to go as profit to you. So let's say if you list a product for $9, the product should cost $3 or less. The Amazon fees should be $3 and the profit should be about $3. Of course, like I mentioned earlier, $9 is probably too cheap for a product. You're probably going to want to choose something at least $15 so that for each sale you are seeing a profit of about $5. Now let's talk about finding the right suppliers using Alibaba. This is the platform that pretty much 99% of people are going to use to find their manufacturer. There are 2 different types of suppliers. There are factories / manufacturers. These are the people that actually make the product in their factory. And when you have this means you're going to have a lower price, but it's probably also going to mean that you have worse customer service. When going directly to the factory, their salespeople probably aren't as good. They probably don't speak English as well as some other types of suppliers. But the benefit of this, of course, is that you're going direct. There's no middleman, and that means the price is going to be the lowest possible. Now, the other type of supplier is the trading company. So this is basically a middleman that actually works with a bunch of different factories and manufacturers to help you find a place to get your product made. So with this, since there is a middleman, the price is going to be a little bit higher, but these trading companies generally hire better salespeople that know English better. So as a result, that's going to be better customer service. So I've worked with both of these types of suppliers and you really can't go wrong. But of course, if you're trying to maximize your product, then going direct to the factory or manufacturer is going to be better. Once you find the product you want to make, you're going to want to order samples from at least 3 different manufacturers or trading companies. I'll show you in a little bit how to do this on Alibaba's platform, but basically you're going to be sending messages to the suppliers on Alibaba saying that you're interested, you want to make an order, and that you'd actually like to see a sample first shipped to you so that you can see the quality before making a bulk order. Now the samples, they're all pretty much going to be free, but they are going to require you to pay for shipping. And if you're buying from overseas, they're going to generally ship using DHL, so this can be a little bit more costly. I'd say between $30 to $50 per sample that you receive. After getting the samples, you're going to see which one is the best, which one has the best quality for the price. And also recommend thinking, which supplier did I have the easiest time talking to? Which one had the best communication? Because if you are working with a supplier that does not communicate well, it's gonna be a big headache. So once you choose one, you're going to reach out to that supplier and try to negotiate the price. You can use the other supplier prices to actually negotiate down, and you can say that you want this to be a long-standing relationship with repeat business, and that should give them sort of an incentive to want to give you the best price. And as far as payment, this can also be negotiated as well. For most of you guys, I recommend using Alibaba's trade assurance program. I'll show you guys this in a second once I take you through the platform. But the first time you're working with a supplier, I recommend paying 30% upfront via wire and then 70% once that product is shipped out and you receive it. A lot of suppliers are going to want you to pay 100% upfront, but the first time you work with a supplier, you want to see if they're trustworthy, and that's why I recommend doing this two-part payment plan. As far as shipping, there are two main ways to ship your products over from the manufacturer to the Amazon warehouse. The first is shipping by sea, so this is ocean freight. Ocean freight shipping is a lot cheaper than shipping by air, but it takes a lot longer for things to be delivered. And generally when you're shipping by sea, these are for products that are larger or much heavier. So the average price for shipping by sea, I'd say, is between 25 cents to 50 cents per pound of shipment. Of course, this also depends on the size of the product, but that is just a general ballpark. And it's much slower because, of course, it's traveling by sea. It needs to go through customs. It needs to be docked at the port and all that stuff. So I'd say it generally takes about 3 to 6 weeks for those products to be delivered. Now, when you're shipping by air, the price is a lot more. I'd say $1 to $2 per pound of shipment. It's really going to be dependent not on the weight, but also on the dimensions. So the height, the width, and the depth of the product. And with shipping, it's much faster, and it should take about 1 week for your products to arrive. For most beginners, I recommend shipping by air for your first order at least, because this is a lot easier. You're going to have a lot less complications with that. And this also means that you're going to want to try a product that is on the smaller side, that's on the lighter side, because that's what makes air shipping possible. If you're doing really large items, then it's just going to be impossible to be profitable if you choose air shipping. So now I'm going to take you guys through Alibaba.com and show you how to find a manufacturer for your product. Let's say I want to do the gold rimmed water glass. Okay, let's choose that. I'm going to search up my key term there, here in products. And this is just going to show me all the different products that match my search criteria. What I recommend doing is coming over here, and you want to work with suppliers that offer trade assurance. This is basically Alibaba.com's safe escrow service that allows you to not get scammed. So I've selected this, and I'm going to come here and see what results I see. So this one seems to be pretty good, right? You can see the estimated price per piece. This is going to be the manufacturer name, where they are. So this one's in China, how many years they've been on Alibaba.com. So this one's 4 years, as well as their ranking. This manufacturer has done over $140,000 in transactions in the last half a year, and they have 5 stars. So that's pretty great. But yeah, basically you're gonna come through here, you're gonna pick a few different products that match what you want to sell, and then you're going to click on that. So let's go over here to this one, and you have the product page here. So now I'm looking at this, this is not actually those plastic cups. This is like a more tumbler style drinking glass, but that's okay. I'm just showing you guys how to navigate this page. I recommend looking at all these pictures, seeing what different varieties they have of that product, seeing if it's something that you want to sell. And then over here, this is the estimated price. This is not normally accurate, so I recommend not going off of this. You're actually going to be getting a better price or a more accurate price when you message them. They're gonna have the different variations right here. They're gonna have their lead time, and they're gonna show like what types of customizations they can do. You can come down here and see the company highlights, so we can see product details, the company profile, as well as some recent transactions that they have done. So let's say I've selected this product. It's something that I want to try to get a sample of. I'm going to go over here and click contact supplier, and it's going to allow me to write them a message. Now, some things I recommend saying in this message are, hey, this is your name from the sales team at whatever company you want to create. By doing this, you are giving yourself a little bit more authority because it makes it seem like the company you're working for is a little bit larger and has a dedicated sales team. You're gonna say, hey, I'd like to do a test order for this specific product. Can I get your information about sample pricing, cost per unit, any shipping costs, as well as any customizations that they can do for you? Generally, they will know English pretty well, so you shouldn't have too much problem with this, but you're just gonna create a dialogue with them. Try and get as much information as you can about the product, as well as any potential patents there are on it. And yeah, the whole goal is to create a relationship with this person and try and get samples sent over to your place so that you can take a look at how the product quality is. After getting samples from at least 3 different suppliers, you're going to choose which one you want. You're going to try and negotiate the pricing with that salesperson, and then they'll be able to sort of help you navigate how you can get the products from their factory to Amazon's warehouse. So now let's talk about how you can optimize your product listing. The product listing is extremely important, right? Because it's basically the advertisement for your product. One really important thing you want to do is to have a really keyword heavy title. So what I mean by this is for the title of your product, you're going to want to have a lot of keywords. Make sure that they are relevant, and then you can also look at how competitors are titling their products and get some inspiration from that. You can also use JungleScout to come up with some great keywords to put in that title. This is really going to help with your search rankings. The next thing is you're going to want to have a lot of descriptive bullet points in the description. One thing that a lot of people do is they have all caps for the first couple of words, and then they have normal uncapped text for the following sentences. And then for your main product image, Amazon's actually going to really favor products with a white background that's actually required for that main picture. So for most of you guys, I'd recommend pay for a professional to take photos of your products. Unless you have a camera yourself and you know how to create that white background effect, this is the first thing that people are going to see when they are looking for products. And if the product image does not look good, then they're not going to click on that listing. So definitely get that main photo image right. There are a lot of businesses out there where you can actually send your product to them. They'll take the photos for you and then send those photos over to you. So let's look at an example of a really optimized listing that you guys can model your own listing after. So you can see this image right here is very good. It has a white background. You can see the supporting images have text, so they sort of give a lot of good information in that. The products are high quality. They are shown in use, which is also very good. And this one actually also has a video. Now, if we take a look at this title, you can see that it has a lot of great keywords. 24 stemless plastic champagne flutes. It shows the size. It shows, it's unbreakable, toasting glasses, shatterproof, disposable, reusable. And then over here, it's going to have these bullet points. So this is basically going to give you a lot of context about the product and what it is. If we scroll down here, we can see that there is a product description. And then down here are the ratings. So if you see a product that is the same as yours that you're trying to sell, I actually come down here to the customer reviews and see what things need to be changed, see what complaints there are, and then see if you can actually make a product that fixes those complaints. And a really great secret product listing technique that a lot of people don't talk about is that you can actually look at the frequently bought together section of the product. Instead of selling just one product, you can look at these frequently bought together sections and make a listing that combines all of them together. You're gonna save on the FBA fees because instead of selling 3 separate products, you're just selling one product, which includes multiple products. And that's going to save your customer money. It's going to increase your profits. And yeah, it's really just a win-win situation. This is a really easy way for you to create a listing that does not have much competition because most people are going to sell one product itself and not combine it with any other accessories. By combining one main product with any other accessories that are frequently bought together, this gives your listing a really big advantage. Now let's talk about how you can start getting sales. And the first way is with pay-per-click advertising, PPC. This is the fastest way to get sales and get your product ranked. So basically what PPC is it's Amazon's whole advertising platform. So you can pay to have your product show up at the top of the search results for any specific keywords. So let's say someone searches up gold rim plastic cups, right? Your brand new product, which would normally not rank is shown at the top of the listings, and when someone clicks on that, you're actually charged a certain amount. Doing this allows you to get more sales and get more reviews faster, but you're likely to lose money at the start because your whole PPC campaign is not optimized. Another way to get sales is to just undercut your competitors' prices, at least temporarily. This is going to minimize your profit potential, but it's going to also make it so that people are going to choose your product instead of other people's products. This is pretty much the only way to get sales at the beginning, especially if other products that are almost exactly the same have tons and tons of reviews and your product does not have any reviews. So one thing I recommend doing is lower the price, make it quite low for the first 10 to 20 reviews or sales, really up to you, and then raise the price after that. Another way to do it is to use influencer marketing through Instagram and TikTok. What I recommend doing is DMing people with over 50,000 followers and hopefully people that have an audience that would actually buy your product. You can offer your product for free for a shout out, or if you can, pay them some amount of money. And by doing that, you should be able to generate some sales from that. Some tips to rank your product higher on the search results. So first we have using relevant keywords. I recommend don't repeat or overdo any keywords because that's going to hurt the algorithm. Also, make sure to follow the Amazon guidelines for product images and videos. So back to what I was saying, you want that first main picture to have a white background. Otherwise, Amazon's not going to like that and they're going to penalize you for it. You want to aim to get more positive product reviews. So obviously that comes with making a better product, and you're really going to want to increase your conversion rates. So this is the rate of people clicking on your listing and then actually following through and buying it. The best way to do this is with higher quality product images, a better product description, and just building up those positive 4 and 5-star reviews. Now let's talk about something that a lot of people do not do, and this portion of the video is actually sponsored by Sifted, which is a really great platform that helps you get reimbursed for many FBA mistakes. So a platform like Sifted is going to ensure that you are not overpaying in fees to Amazon, and it's going to actually identify those overpaid fees and get them reimbursed for you. This includes things like lost and damaged shipments. It's going to be things like customer returns, FBA fees, and inbound shipment fees. And Sifted is really cool because their audit goes back as far as 18 months. So basically you're plugging in your account information. They're doing this automatically for you. And for sellers that do a good amount of sales, let's say $10,000 to $20,000 per month, this could save you a significant amount of money. I didn't do this for a long time with my Amazon store, and I realized how much money I was leaving on the table. I also did not have the time to dedicate into trying to find all these reimbursements and actually going through and filing them myself. So as a result, a lot of sellers have issues that go unreported due to just lack of visibility or just lack of effort. And Sifted just does all this for you. And if you are an Amazon seller that's starting to get sales, I really recommend getting on their platform. It's completely free to sign up, and they're only going to take a small fee for any reimbursements that they get you. Once you connect your seller's account with Sifted, their software is automatically going to go back for the last 18 months and try and find all these reimbursements for you. The way that they get paid is they're just going to take a small percentage of what they save you. So if you don't save any money with Sifted, then you're not going to pay anything. And pro tip, another great software to get is Seller Labs Pro. And this is a software that has a bunch of really cool things, but the one that I use the most is the Feedback Genius portion of the program. So what they're gonna do is they're going to send an automated email to all your customers after they purchase a product. You can customize this email however you like, but by doing this, you're really increasing the number of reviews you are getting. I think typically for 100 sales, you might get maybe 1, max 2 reviews. But if you use a program like Seller Labs Pro, this number is probably gonna go up by at least 2 to 3x. So that's why I definitely recommend pay the monthly cost. It's really worth it because each positive review you build on your product listing is equity in your company. All right, thank you guys so much for sticking with me. This last page is basically just some actionable steps that you can take right now to start your Amazon FBA business. First one is you want to sign up for your Amazon seller account. You're going to want to choose a brand name, create a logo, and then use JungleScout to really do your product research and find a product that you think can be profitable. After doing that, you're going to find that product and supplier on Alibaba, talk to them, get samples, and then place your big bulk order. Once you do that, you're going to ship your products from the factory to Amazon's warehouse. And during that time, you're gonna be wanting to optimize your listing, taking photos, and just making your product listing stand out from the competition. After that, you're gonna work on getting your first sales as well as your first reviews. Then you'll want to get a program like Sifted to get reimbursed for any overpayments to Amazon. So yeah, that was a complete overview of the Amazon FBA process and how you can start creating a profitable Amazon store today. It's definitely quite complicated, so don't be too frustrated. Take it step by step. You will learn a lot, you will make some mistakes, but in the end, you're going to learn a lot about e-commerce, and you are potentially going to create a brand that pays you passive income for a long time. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and if you want more free courses just like this, make sure to subscribe to the Side Hustle Mastery channel. We're gonna be putting out a ton of free courses like this all the time, so you don't want to miss out. Thank you for your time, and I'll see you in the next video.